What's up guys, Perry from Rockville here, and today I'm going to show you how to set up a DMX controller with your Stage Matrix 36 matrix lights. To do that, I'm going to take one DMX cable, I'm going to take the male end and plug it into the DMX out on my controller, then I'm going to take the other end and plug it into the DMX in on my first light. Now to connect my first light to the next light in my chain, I'm going to take another DMX cable, I'm going to take the male end and plug it into the DMX out on my first light, then I'm going to take the other end and plug it into the DMX in on the second light. I'm going to do the same exact thing to connect my third light of the chain, and you're going to want to repeat this process for however many lights you choose to set up. So next we're going to want to set the DMX address on our lights with the A setting so that they all interact with our controller. For today we're going to use A001. We're also going to want to use the C mode to set our lights to the same DMX channel. So again, we have the option to use either 3 channel, 11 channel, or 108 channel mode. Using any of these modes is completely dependent on your needs and how much control you want to have over your lights. So if you use the 3 channel mode, you'll only really have control over the red, green, and blue LEDs. Using the 11 channel mode gives you control over the colors, sequences, and different numbers and letters that you can project through the lights. And using the 108 channel mode gives you specific control over each bulb built into the light. We even give you a DMX guide that tells you what each fader does in any of these modes when controlling your lights. For this demonstration, we're going to use the 11 channel mode. After you decide what channel mode you're using, you'll want to set your lights back to the DMX address mode, or in this case A001, so that the lights will work with your controller. So now we'll want to go to our controller and activate scanner 1, and now let's go through the faders on our controller. Starting with fader 1, this controls the overall brightness of our lights, so for now we're going to set it all the way up. Fader 2 will activate the strobe mode once it hits value 9, and you can find out which value you're on with the LED screen on your controller. Fader 3 will control the red LEDs, so if I raise that, you'll start to see the red coming through the lights. Fader 4 controls the green LEDs, and Fader 5 controls the blue LEDs. Now Fader 6 allows you to project different numbers and letters through the light. Starting with value 10, this will project the number 0, and the higher the value, the greater number will appear. After that, starting at value 20, the lights will start to project the alphabet characters. Again, you can go through the different letters of the alphabet the higher you set the value. After that, the values from 46 to 243 will show different graphics through the lights. So for example, I can keep going up on the fader, and you'll see the different graphics start to appear through the lights. And from 243 on, the lights will go through different color change modes. Moving on to fader 7, this allows us to set the lights into different scenes. Again, each value corresponds with a different scene presented through the lights. And we can use faders 3, 4, and 5 to change the overall color of the scene. So for example, we have blue on right now, and I can bring in some red with fader 3, and some green with fader 4. If we don't use faders 3, 4, and 5, the color of the lights through the scene will change automatically. Now fader 8 allows us to control the speed of the sequence, so the higher I raise that, the faster the sequence will go. Fader 9 allows us to control the direction in which the sequence is going. So right now you see the lights going from the top left corner to the bottom right corner, and now if I raise that just a little bit, you'll start to see that it's coming from the bottom left corner going to the top right corner. And again, the directions vary depending on the value you set it to. Now fader 10 allows us to use a background color with faders 6 and 7. So for example, I'll raise fader 7 now, and fader 10, and right now you won't see the background color coming through the lights, but this is because we have to use fader 11 to control the brightness of the background color. So if I raise fader 11, you'll start to see the background color coming through. Again, we can use the different values of fader 10 to pick which color we want as our background, and we can use the values of fader 11 to control the overall brightness of the background color. So hopefully this showed you guys how easy it is to set up your DMX controller with your Stage Matrix 36 matrix lights. But of course, if you have any questions, comments, or concerns, feel free to reach out to our customer support team through phone or email. As always, I'm Perry from Rockville, and we'll see you guys next time.